A couple of days ago, I flew out to Denver, Colorado to get an early look at Rivian's new electric truck, the R1T, with just a little bit of off-road and adventure. Now, this is a big thing because this is their first production electric truck. Now, me, I've never honestly been off-roading. And just keeping it a buck with you, I was terrified behind that wheel.
And once you get a bit more comfortable, you'll start to be able to glance down at the cameras on the two outside ones. Those are your tires. So if you're ever wondering, are you getting too close to something, that's how you can see.
Especially when we got to a point where the truck kind of just like was like this, like it was at an angle. It's hard to tell in video, but it was really like we were leaning. And honestly, it was an even better experience to go off-roading in the R1T because it's designed for stuff like this. I know the experience was definitely much more favorable because of that. Now I'm gonna have, some iPhone footage sprinkled throughout here. So, just stay tuned for the little stamp that I'm gonna put in the corner so that like this shot right here was shot with the iPhone 13. So there's some little camera tests going in here as well. But the R1T, this truck can do so much. Now let's get into it.
What's going on, y'all? Check me out here, and I'm currently out in Montezuma.
Just outside of Breckenridge.
Just outside of Breckenridge. In Colorado. With Rivian and Lily. And we're having a good time going off-roading with the new Rivian trucks. So Lily, before we dive into it, can you give people a quick rundown of what do you do with the company? Who are you with?
Yeah, so my name is Lily Macaruso. I get to be an engineer for our special projects team. So that's prototypes, that's special events, that's pretty much anybody who comes to us with a crazy idea and they go, hey, can we make this happen? And I'm a part of the team that goes, yeah, sure, why not? Let's go figure it out.
So Lily was kind enough today to show us the exterior of the truck, and then we're gonna take a look on the interior as well with Nicole, who we'll meet in a second. Where do we start? I think
Rivian R1T, we have to look at the gear tunnel. You push this button. Yep, if you don't get a camp kitchen, you get access to the gear tunnel, so push it. It'll pop down, pull it down.
Oh, pull it down.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then,
hey!
And then,
what's up?
We just have this cool tunnel here.
This is so cool.
Yeah, paired nicely with some steps here. It'll support a full-grown person with some luggage, some gear. There's even like a little peek hole all the way into the cab. Would you like to see my arm come through?
Sure.
Yeah, watch this. Hello.
Oh, wow.
Whoop, whoop.
So you can just reach through the back seat
to
grab what's back
snack
here.
Packs in here. Reach
That is
through.
so neat. This is a nice feature.
I definitely just almost fell on my face.
Hey, you played it off because I had no idea.
So both of them also have this little storage space in the step.
Open this like this?
Yeah, push it up and pull it up.
Cool.
So what you're looking at right now is our air compressor hose for the back.
They thought of everything.
Hopefully, that was very intentional.
Okay.
So
this
then you
also
just wanna
makes a
close it
good
back
photo
up.
op here when you stand.
But then you also have an entire bed.
Wow. This thing is massive.
So on our adventure package of the R1T, you get an electric tonneau cover, and on our Explorer, it's a manual cover for your tonneau. On this side, you've got your outlets in the bed with a seal, so that way you don't get water in them as well. So that's what this piece is right here.
Okay.
You've got your air compressor. We already explored that hose over there.
So that's what you connected to?
Yep, so you would just set a pressure, push play, call it a day, and it'll stop whenever it hits the pressure.
Like, really though, do you know how cool and crazy it is to see a truck inflate its own tires?
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
There's also some pretty special features about how you get in and out of the truck for locking it. You want to see them?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
You just want to fall?
Just don't talk about it.
Be like, oh,
You're gonna catch
don't
me?
look at her.
We actually have 3 different types of keys.
Okay.
So you're gonna have a bracelet, so that way you could actually hold it up. Locks, hold it on, it'll unlock.
Okay.
And then you've actually got one of our cards.
Yes, I do. I put it somewhere safe.
So you can put it in your wallet. You can wear the bracelet, put the key.
I had the key.
Put an extra one, it's okay.
Thank you. So I'm Alec, I put
Yeah, put it out of your pocket.
and I'll use this.
Yep. lock it up,
I like this.
unlock it. Yeah, perfect.
Because this is nice to put in your wallet.
Yeah.
Simplify what you carry so you
Exactly.
don't have the keys dangling and all of that.
Yeah.
So I like this.
But it's also preference. So we also have your normal key fob.
Okay.
So it doubles as a carabiner.
if I looked at that, I would not think in looking at that it was a key.
Yeah.
You know? I would just think it was a carabiner and that's
Yeah.
it.
So if we move around to the front, our front trunk, since we don't have a combustion engine up here, you actually have the front trunk. It also has a false bottom that steps down, which brings you into a lower compartment. There's also a plug in here, so that way if you have like wet gear, wetsuits, whatever it is, you just went skiing and everybody has nasty, gnarly gear, you throw it up here and it'll drain as well. Then you're gonna head inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna head inside. I'm gonna meet Nicole in there now and show the interior. All right, thanks, Lily.
I just want to be like, ta-ta-ta. I don't know if we should shake, no, it should be like, yeah, and then like, zoom. Then we gotta miss the first one and then come back like, whoop,
Oh, there we go.
and you gotta blow it up.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Smells good. All right, y'all. So now I'm inside the Rivian R1T with Nicole from Rivian, and she's going to show us some cool things in here. But before she does, could you let everybody know a little bit about what you do with the company?
Sure. My name's Nicole Johnson. I lead the HMI Human Machine Interface Architecture team in our in-vehicle user experience group.
Nice. All right, so we got the pro here, so we're going to dive into some details. Let's get into it. So first thing first, we have this beautiful 15-inch center display with a 12-inch driver display. And they're really both placed in a good spot because, especially for the center display, I didn't find myself wishing that I can angle it differently, and I didn't have any trouble looking at the information on it. Now, something like this, naturally has a learning curve to it, but I will say it was a lot easier to adjust with this setup, especially for someone like myself where I'm used to like physical buttons. It can be an adjustment to go to just a display for everything.
Few of our core features down here at the bottom. We have our navigation, which is the screen we're on now, our music and entertainment, our drive modes, our vehicle kind of control screen, cameras, and then we have a few extra here and in settings. One of the cool things about our navigation is that it's kind of set up with a lot of waypoints built in. So you can type in food or restrooms, parking, charging, groceries, coffee, a lot of these different key quick access points that you might need depending on where you are.
And those cameras, they let you not only see what's in front of the truck, but also the back and the sides of the wheel, which came in so clutch when we were off-roading, because there were times where visibility was rather low and we mainly had the cameras to rely on.
For our entertainment, we have FM radio up here. We have our integrated Spotify. We have TuneIn, which is local radio stations depending on where you are. And then we have our premium Meridian soundstage here. One of our key differentiating features are drive modes, and these are, as I refer to them, as recipes of how the vehicle rides, how the pedals feel, how the steering wheel feels, and your stability control. We also have ride heights, which are variable depending on which drive mode you're in. All-purpose is kind of, the 80 for the 20, what you'll probably use most days. We also have sport mode. We're actually going to go down now as we speak. As you see, we're going down to a lower ride height.
Okay.
And the ride went from soft to stiff here. And so now as we're driving, the vehicle is a bit more aerodynamic. And
We would see it lowering.
we would absolutely see the vehicle lowering. So conserve is great in situations where you might be a little bit low on range. Our range is 314 miles, so you have a lot of range, but you don't get as much horsepower, but you'll likely make it to where you need to go.
It's like eco mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a way.
Now, something else you can do is also set up custom profiles per driver. And I had one set for myself. I tested out the different driver modes off highway and on.
Yep.
And
I know something that I thought was really cool. I don't know if we talked about it yet. Was the hotspot? Mm-hmm. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
We have Bluetooth, we have Wi-Fi, we have hotspot on board. Then we also have our camp speaker, which is right under our cup holders here in our center console. One other aspect of our center information display is our climate control. It's currently completely off. If we tap all climate, the power button there, will turn on everything here. You can also tap and slide your finger along the vents here, and you're actually controlling airflow right now. You can see the vents moving down here in the center. So you're actually manually controlling that. So if you wanted to turn off this vent, you can just tap that pill, and it'll turn off that vent and that airflow, and you can kind of close that up.
Neat.
We also have heated steering wheel on the left there, heated seats, and vented seats as well. Rear has heated seats, and you can also, if you tap the rear, you can, if it's kids in the back, for example, you can control the vents and the temperature in the rear. And also, if you have kids that are a bit having fun in the back, you can also lock off the rear screen.
It literally feels like they have thought of like everything. Everything. And all the things to make your traveling adventures off and on road as enjoyable as possible. From extra storage with the gear tunnel to pockets in the doors and along the backs of the chairs. The design alone is super unique and is guaranteed to stand out on the road. I know during our time in the truck on the road, it kind of almost felt like, one of the reps was saying, it felt like we were riding within a celebrity because we were attracting so much attention. And the attention to detail is so amazing in so many ways. For starters, you have wireless charging, USB-C ports all over the place, hooks along the headrest, which makes it perfect for holding things like your bag. It also has a glass roof that spans both rows of the R1T with unobstructed views. So imagine gazing at the clouds or, a starry night. That would be so perfect. And the glass is laminated, so it's treated to block more than 99.9% of UV light, which means sunny days are not going to be a problem here. It definitely, now that I think about it, it definitely wasn't when I was in there. I didn't find myself ever getting hot because of the sunroof the way that I would probably within my car. It's also super fast because it can go from 0 to 60 in just a matter of seconds.
Ready?
More.
There you go. I was like, okay. Who goes down? You did not.
We even had access, y'all, to a full-size tire when we accidentally got a hole in one. I mean, a lot of cars, they might give you a little makeshift tire, a donut. But this one gives you a full-size tire for a truck. But overall, I had an amazing time with Rivian, and I just want to say a huge thank you to them for allowing me to come out and get an early hands-on look and share my experience with you all. I do hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. So I'm going to throw some extra little montage clips up here of my experience and also how I did off-roading, because that was an adventure in itself. I don't like heights, and I get motion sickness pretty easy. So mountains, rocks, and a truck, I think you kind of know what recipe this made. But it definitely made an experience for the books, and I'd do it again. So anyway, I'm gonna end it here, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that like button down below if you did, and the subscribe button if you want some more content. Until the next one, y'all, as always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.